So, I'm not sure what just happened either. I know, like, right out the bat, we have basically people in saying Sebastian needs therapy just because he likes sex a lot, which came off kind of judgmental. So, Trent kind of stood up for him there, and then Xander's like, well, no. And then Trent's like, well, actually, yes. And then, like, assuming Sebastian's running from something, which I don't know what that would be because I didn't write that. And then Rebecca's reaction to just Nathaniel sleeping with a bunch of athletes. Like, why is that a problem? He likes sex. Like, what's the big deal? Like, just because some people don't like casual sex doesn't mean that it's bad or wrong or anything. And Xander and Rebecca are kind of ganging up on, the sluttier ones and acting like they should be, like, ashamed of themselves. And I don't know.
Well, Xander's a dick anyway. We all know this. As he clearly stated, he hates humans, hates everything that has to do with them. Yet he likes this small group of humans, and it's confusing as hell to him because he doesn't understand it. Because, again, he's like, I'm over 400 years old. I never dealt with any humans until I dealt with you guys. And now it's just a whole bunch of, oh my God, new shit being thrown at me. And I don't understand it at all. And it makes me mad. Because, things aren't the way that I know that they're supposed to be anymore. Basically.
So Trent actually interpreted Blackwood's comment differently than Blackwood meant it. So Blackwood, was just pointing out these boys are all too busy doing each other to notice you. And Trent interpreted that as him saying Kat isn't interesting enough to notice. And so he kind of like got all big brothery and took offense at that. At least Faustus is being more talkative, though. Okay, I haven't listened to your voice message yet. I will in a sec.
Yeah, I blame the weather for all of this weird happenings going on inside chat because it's been raining for the last week and nobody likes that. So everybody's moody in my head. Like, yeah. Everybody's moody in my head and everybody's like bitchy, and it's just like the least thing would set somebody off or something. That's what I'm guessing. It's like, hey, don't you say that about them, or hey, what is that supposed to mean? And no, that is not how it happened. Or again, that was then, this is now. Yeah, they're all being rather snarky, and I'm not sure I like it. Oh, except Xander. He's actually apologizing, which we should mark that on our calendar because that never happens.
And also, Rebecca in canon is like the queen of casual sex, so her slut-shaming Nathaniel and Sebastian and Trent makes absolutely no sense. Which is why we were kind of like, what? And then, like, Faustus is being more talkative, but his talkativeness is, like, he's using that to basically insult everybody, and then nobody's really saying anything about it, except for Trent and Nathaniel, and then when they do, Freya's like, ooh, stop ragging on him, and Trent and Nathaniel hate her anyway, like, not hate as much as they used to, but they definitely still think she's an obnoxious Mary Sue, so they're just like, fuck off, bitch, And then, like, Rebecca is saying everybody take it down rather than, taking Trent's side, and Trent does not like that, so that's why he stormed off. And also because he's upset that somebody had upset his best friend, hence him, like, going to check on Sebastian, So Rebecca's like, ooh, I'm the bad guy, and Lucifer's like, yes. Mostly just because it's like, when does telling someone to calm down actually work? It doesn't work.
Yeah, I think she realized that a little too late. The whole calming down doesn't work thing. So she's just kind of like taking herself out of the equation for a minute until she calms down, because I swear everybody in my head is just being really growly today, and it's just like the least thing. I don't know what. Maybe it's because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything today. Maybe I should go do that. But, oh, it does? Snarky means sarcastic? Oh, well, I always thought it meant something else. But okay. But yeah, it's just, wow. They're all a bunch of weirdos today, and I don't really get it. Now, as far as Faust is ragging on everybody, or at least every time he opens his mouth, he's being sarcastic or whatever. I find that kind of funny, but also Freya thinks it's kind of annoying because she's just like, really? Really? I mean, she can see where he's kind of coming from, and or at least she thinks she sees where he's coming from, and especially with what Trent or Nate or they both said earlier, he wished Lucy would. Oh my god, that infuriates her beyond belief. But, she's trying not to say anything, so it's I don't know.
Yeah, so like, for one thing, earlier Rebecca confused what Trent likes in bed with what Nathaniel likes in bed. And then she's like, well, how am I supposed to know? And he's like, how are you supposed to know what your fiance likes in bed? What? And like, I understand, admin to admin, that like sometimes your memory gets scrambled or, the weather puts you in a bad mood, but like the characters just kind of react in character, not really taking things like that into account. Like, then with the conflict between Faustus and Trent and Freya and all that, Rebecca, like, telling everyone to calm down rather than siding with Trent. Like, for Trent, if you're not with him, you're against him. And, which Nathaniel kind of has that too. So, Trent is, like, furious with her, and then, like, she's calling him stupid and all that for feeling that way, and yeah, so Trent just got pissed off and was like, yeah, we don't need to be together right now if that's how it's gonna be. So there was a spelling bee, and Syx asked them to spell various words, and Demix, yeah. Who started this bloody tradition in the first place? Well, okay, it's either the Dark Lord himself, having his way with some bride somewhere, or it's some gossipy hen of a new bride who's like, the kind of, oh, I'm so awesome, the Dark Lord came and visited me, and then that just like kind of caught on with the other women, and they kind of made it like an oral tradition, and then the Dark Lord was like, why not? Sounds cool, Or some priest made it up to keep all those horny women, who like literally thirst for him, the Dark Lord, to keep them like pure in their devotion and stuff. I kind of get the impression that he can do whatever the heck he wants and he revels in it, He's like, pardon me, my good bitch, but what seems to be the fuck? I'm sorry, but that is like the gayest shit that I've ever read from a vampire who claims to be straight.